smells like mold from the wood timbers that are kind of propping things up, much like a mine shaft would be, and the air is stagnant. And in the far off distance, you can't tell where it's coming from, but you start to hear this low rumble, and it sounds like maybe voices, and it sounds like it goes over and over again, and it's like this chant that's happening. And if you don't have your, if you're not listening to the sound that I'm playing, then you can't really tell what it is. It's just there for flavor. So, but if you have a sound on, you should be able to hear.
I thought
something.
I had it on. Hang on.
I had it on too.
So you'll hear music, but you'll also hear intermingled with it some sort of mumbling. It's okay if you don't hear it right now, but I'm telling you that you hear it.
Okay, thank you.
So,
I hear you.
just hear these vague, it sounds like vague whispers, but you can't make out what the words are. So, as you are down here in the basement in the dungeon, I've placed you. You guys can move up to your speed. I'll let you guys have one turn to move your speed. You don't have to move if you don't want to. It is cramped quarters. It's about 5 foot wide, a little bit further, but it's a little harder for you to sneak by the other guys. So if you want to move, I'm going to let you move so that you can kind of manipulate yourselves down here. If you separate from somebody who has a light source, then you will not be able to see 10 feet past that light source. And the only person with a light source is King. So Tom and Tillian, you're the only exceptions to the rule. You can see. So Roskin, you just walk down a hallway and you're in pitch black. So you look back and you would see.
Oh wait, actually, can I use a torch?
Yeah,
Sorry.
if you want to light a torch, you can.
Okay.
You can light a torch. So
Are
you able to see on your screen?
Yes, I can see this entire room basically.
Okay, because I've made it where you guys can see, because I didn't want to have to like mess around with, oh, I'm going to go in there and turn on a torch for you. But the dynamic lighting should still be on. So once you've moved your speed, don't move again. Like, don't move around. I'll describe what's around you for those who want to go exploring, and let everybody
Turn the corner.
Get in their position as they
turn the corner and go down some stairs.
All right. So Tom and Tillian are probably the first to go down, and followed by King, who has a torch. Roskin, after getting down here in the pitch black and getting away from King, you'd probably light your torch. Tom went to the left, you went to the right. Whatever your reasons were for doing that, getting further apart from each other, that's up to you. That's no big deal. These are your choices. So once everybody is set where they want to be, that's when we'll pick up. So let me know when you're done.
I too would like to light a torch of mighty brightness to shine light upon this area.
It's just a torch. Just light it.
But it's a mighty torch.
Oh, okay.
Because this little light
Yes,
of
Tor.
mine,
Yes, Tor.
I'm going to let it shine!
And you hear Tor's voice echoes through. It reverberates
Thanks,
all the way
Tor.
through all these hallways. And for a second, you stop hearing the chanting noise, and then it starts back up again.
No, that's not ominous at all.
So King has you guys have all been moved yourselves to where you need to be, or where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Straight.
Yes. Alrighty. So I will start with top to bottom. So we'll start with Tom. So Tom, you immediately took a left, followed it a little bit, about 10-15 feet, and then you came to a small flight of stairs that went down about 5 feet. You come to a set of chairs and a table, an old wooden table. There's just lots of dust. The ground is obviously made out of dirt, but there's nothing covering it. There's no flooring or anything like that. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything here. So yeah, it's just a wooden table with 4 chairs that stand in the east end of that room, and to the west you see 4 alcoves. So you see these, like, cutouts. You're not quite sure what all is in there. You do directly across from you see what looks to be maybe a pallet and some straw at first glance, but you can't quite make it out directly. Let me point it here, like right here.
Okay.
So, I'll leave up to you to investigate that area if you want, but let's follow on. Tillian, you come out and you're assessing the situation. Do you have anything in mind right now, or
No,
'cause you didn't really move?
I'm looking for particularly like I see kind of everybody bumbling about, and I'm just trying to evaluate
Okay.
the right course of action.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
can
listening
see everything.
specifically.
Yeah, you're listening. You hear the chanting. You're probably the first one to make that out, that's happening, because you're kind of being a little more cautious as far as like your movement. So you're focusing more on the sights and the smells and the sounds that are coming down here. And as you survey, you notice what's exactly around you, which is an opening directly across, and then you see Tom taper off down to your left behind you, and Roskin and King going down straight down the opposite direction, and then Tor kind of veering off to what you would see is your left. There was another opening, and you see the other opening across from him, and that's where what you see. So Tor, you went down a little bit further. You kind of tapered off from where Roskin and King were to you got a little distracted, little side action here. And
yes.
what you come to, it looks to be some sort of like a. Do you examine the wall, or do you
Yes.
just stay there?
I would
You
like
can
to
see if you have a torch, so you could see both sides. As you come down, you see these two giant slabs of like stone that look like not quite doorways, but this is something similar as a cleric you would recognize as a crypt.
Yes.
Do you,
May I run a perception check on the area?
Yeah,
On a
absolutely.
history check.
I would say if you can just walk up to it, and if you're wanting to investigate, you don't need to have any rolls or anything. So
Lovely design in the crypt.
the
Fine
one
masonry.
you see two doors, one on the left, or the two stone slabs. The one on the left, it's a stone slab, and it's etched with the name Gustav Durst. And the one on the right says Elizabeth's Durst.
I believe those were the names listed in the will.
You would be correct. They seem to be pretty secure. You could probably try to pry it open if you wanted. You would need to make some checks for that, but it's up to you what you want to do.
May their souls rest in peace and not attack us later. Goddess of winter, protect us. My turn is over.
Okay. All right. So Roskin and King, you guys both walk in there kind of together. King kind of sidesteps Roskin and gets in front, like he's trying to, show him up a little bit. And let me check this out. So what? You guys also see like a table in front of you. But is there any kind of like, or is there something you're looking for specifically, or anything you're doing specifically in this room?
No, just
Okay.
exploring.
You're just walking in and seeing what's going on. So you see that there's a entryway. There's no doors down here yet, and you see like this little kind of hallway open up to your right. Roskin, you would see the same things. You've got a torch. King's got a torch. You see an alcove kind of cut out over here in this direction. You see an opening here, some sort of a doorway, and then the one that King is next to. Upon examining the room, you see the table, and then you kind of, as you're stepping through, you're kind of kicking around these feels like wood sticks or something, and it's up to you if you want to try to see what that is. But there's definitely a different texture to the ground. It feels like you're stepping on things when you're walking through here.
I want to look at these things.
Okay, so you put your torch down to the ground. There's no perception check or anything like this, but you see these grayish yellow cylinders with little bits kind of broken off onto the sides, little spurs that kind of jut off in different directions. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. one you pick up and you kind of examine it, and with your knowledge of martial arts and the training that you've received, you recognize this as something that you're very used to breaking on other people. These are bones. Human bones.
Okay.
Or humanoid bones. There's a lot of mold on them. They're very old. It seems like there's nothing fresh on the ground. So whatever was killed here or destroyed in here, it's been a while. Now you do notice that there are little markings on there, and they kind of, some of them, you get the torch real close and it kind of looks like bite marks.
So these humanoid bones were eaten.
Gnawed on.
Not on. Okay.
Yep. Not unlike giant chicken wings, but with regular sized teeth that are also humanoid. The impressions, scrapings, things that you would recognize.
Okay, so what about this hallway I'm looking at with some stairs?
You see that hallway directly? You're talking about the one right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see that open up, and you can kind of see catty corner. This set of stairs that also goes down, but you can't see where it leads. You still hear the sounds of the chanting, but that's it.
Have they gotten any louder or quieter?
Not yet.
Where we've gone?
You're not quite sure where they're coming from still. So, but you do definitely notice it. So if there's anything else that you want, Roskin, do you want to do anything in the room?
Muted, Roskin.
Oh no.
Roskin is
Okay,
muted.
my bad.
That's all good.
My bad, hold
It's
on.
all good.
Okay, so I just did a perception check, but I don't really think I needed to do it after you explained everything.
You see King picking up these like sticks and throwing them back on the ground, and kind of like whatever he's making of them, and you're kind of like, why is he? What is he doing? Is he looking for a weapon? And you're not quite sure what he's doing. So you look around and you don't really see anything of note, other than the wooden table in front of you, like a little picnic table. Nothing out of the ordinary for you. So, okay. So if that's what you guys are doing there, then we'll go right back up to Tom. Tom, what would you like to do in this room since you're still in there? What's your next move? If you guys are going to move, go ahead and make your moves now. Then I'll tell you what's happening.
Water.
We're gonna handle it.
I'm gonna go around a little bit.
Okay.
Is this table in front of me? Can I examine that? And
Yeah, I mean, like
see?
you see everything.
I kind of want to go over here.
There, you can go wherever you want. Yeah, what you do is you do peek into that room, or do you not peek in the room?
I peek in the room.
Okay.
In the room.
So you peek into that room, and let me make sure.
Would you say you're a peeping Tom?
In that room, you notice that your suspicions were correct. There does seem to be like hay on some sort of pallet. It looks like a sort of bed that's really old, and the hay has gotten moldy and it stinks in there. It very much smells like a bag of potato chips that
sound delicious.
that are delicious, and you kind of want to eat the hay. And Sean
doesn't know he's loud.
Doesn't know.
Roskin, we can hear your chips, brother.
And they sound delicious.
My bad, bro.
And they sound really close to the
Look,
microphone.
This is gonna happen. Them's the breaks when you play online. It just happens. So
I
it's
feel
okay.
as though the world is shifting underneath.
Yeah. Roskin's eating some of the bones on the ground. That's what his perception is. He thought it was popcorn, and he's just taking a few bites. He's like, "Oh, this sounds really great."
Foley work.
But yeah,
Roskin suddenly got the munchies after
after
eating some of the mushrooms that were down
lighting
here.
that torch. I mean, saying,
Oh,
moving on. Tom, you see nothing but these rickety old beds.
There's no loot or treasure, right?
You don't see anything. You kind of kick around that one bed. It looks like if you examine anywhere else around there, I don't know.
I'm gonna look down here in this other
Okay.
alcove. Anything down here?
As you make your way through these different rooms, you see basically the same thing. There's nothing of note, no treasure in there.
All three of these rooms have nothing in them.
All three of them. It just looks like it was some sort of like napping area or sleeping situation for whoever was using this. But yeah, you also see that little hallway start to go, and then as you turn the corner, you see another set of stairs that go down about 5 feet, and you can come into this other room.
I can see Roskin. See Roskin.
Yeah, so as you make your way into that room, you see two torches like kind of calm down this hallway down over here, or the other side, opposite side of the room. Since you have night vision, or I'm sorry, dark vision, you recognize them immediately. That is King and Roskin, and the torch don't spook you.
Can I sneak up on Roskin and slap him on the butt?
I believe you've used more than your movement.
Oh, that's right.
So let's go ahead and say, I mean, you can.
Right here.
You can go ahead and
you should
get there. You probably can try that, but you'll have to make a stealth check. Now, everybody who is moving, make your movements now. So King and Roskin, don't move your tokens again. Tor, keep yours. Tillian, it didn't look like you moved your token, so are you staying there?
I mean,
everybody's left.
So they've been gone, but they all went different directions.
They seem to.
They did go different directions.
Yes. Can I, since I've been standing here, tell which direction the chanting is coming from?
You cannot. You still cannot make it. It's audible, but barely, and you can't tell where it's coming from. I'm not sure if it's coming from the walls.
Would I find that awkward?
At the level that it is, no. It's just a low hum with you know that it's words, but you don't know what.
Did anybody go this way?
No.
Okay. I'll slowly kind of creep. I'm gonna go to right about here.
Okay.
Leave. We can't find you. I don't know which way you're going.
Hey, it's all good.
I don't know where you guys are either.
That's what you get.
No. Harry.
Okay, so where I'm at, I can tell that, this looks like a dead end, but I kind of want to check out this area in general.
Sure. So whenever you come to this area, what you see are two slabs of stone that are opened to the side, and this you would recognize, being somebody who I'm sure has dealt with death, as someone who gives it, is a crypt. There's two crypts that are open, and the one to your left. Do you examine these, or do you just kinda...
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. The one to your left, there's no checks or anything like this. So, the one to your left is actually, that one's empty, and the seal, it leans to the left. There's no name on it. It's blank.
Okay.
The one on the right, you see the name Walter etched into the slab. It says Walter Durst, but that crypt is also empty. And
okay, so this section in here, this is considered the crypt, and this is like the door of it?
That's the entryway, yeah. And they're both open, and one is blank, and one says Walter Durst.
Is it, so it's attached like a hinge?
It's more like off to the side, like it would be something that would be placed that you can't really open as a hinge and move.
I'd like to close it.
Okay. You will need to do an athletics check. You can use a crowbar to give yourself some leverage if you want. Give you advantage. Okay.
Nailed it.
So I'll say that, you move this heavy crypt, and you're feeling really proud of yourself, actually, because you did it pretty easily. And this is not a light stone. So you move it, and you place it into the slot that's there, and you close off the door.
Is it loud?
It's kind of dampened by the walls and the way that this is an earth, crypt, so it's kind of absorbing that. So you guys nobody else would hear anything. It wouldn't kind of escape more than you would expect, maybe 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
I would assume that there's not enough left for me to close the other one. I mean, not enough of a movement turn to be able to close the other one as well.
I would say that that was your action. So that was your turn. And we're kind of like playing this loose. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, basically that's
that probably takes a little bit of time to do that too.
Yeah, so it would take a few minutes.
I'll wait.
Okay, cool. Tor, you followed where King and Roskin went. That's what I'm assuming.
I've realized I've lost track of the one who belittles me on a constant basis. So I'm going to remain
over
here.
here.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. I hear a slight other light whispering, so I'll
Do
go
you really?
back the way I came.
All right.
Can I run a perception check as I'm passing through? There's a table
Yes.
here.
Yes. You see the table. You have your torch too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine. You'd see the same things that I described to King and Roskin as you come through. Whether you look down at the ground or not, and kind of you do feel the same things. The texture changes. You're crunching on bones, or you're crunching on something that feels like twigs beneath your feet. You can make the determination if you do check those out that they are bones as well.
Crunchy. Yes. All right. I will continue towards the voice that I heard. That's not the whispering in the back of my head.
Okay. So let's move over here. I think it's not enough. Hold on. I'm trying to make it fit on my. Okay. There we go. Roskin and King, you guys walked through this hallway. You kind of came down in here into this area, and as you come to this room, again, everything is hewn from the earth. There's no concrete. It's just wood and dirt, except for in the middle here. You see this this well that you come to.
Can I look down into the well?
Yeah, it's about 4 feet in diameter, and it's just a well shaft, and it comes up about 3 foot high with a stone lip. It kind of comes up. You look down with your torch overhead, and it looks about, you can estimate it's about 30 feet down.
So I can see the bottom.
Yeah, and there you see like the reflection kind of shimmering off, so you know that there's some sort of liquid down there. There is a wooden bucket that's hanging towards the top with a rope and pulley mechanism that's bolted to the crossbeam above the well.
Let's get some water.
Okay. You can try to do that if you want.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I said you can do that if you want. I mean, you can try to get some water with the bucket.
Yeah, I just want to see what the liquid is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm telling them, don't do it. Don't drink it.
So I'll say that your turn is getting the bucket down there and pulling the bucket back up. You can't drink it or do anything with it yet. That'll be your next turn. Roskin, you're there while this is happening. Do you do anything?
Roskin is kind of zoned out right now.
I want to jump into the well.
You want to jump? You want to jump into the well?
I want to jump into the well.
Okay.
Are you gonna be able to get back out?
I don't know, but I want to see if there's any secret passages at the bottom of the well. I want to see if this is miracle water.
This is gonna go well.
Go ahead and jump if you want. If that's what are you really wanting to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's I believe it's 1d6 per 10 feet. Is that right? So I'm gonna say 3d6.
Yeah, it's 1d6 per 10 feet.
Is that's right? Okay.
Unless it's all water.
Well, there is water, so I'm gonna say half that damage because you're gonna hit the water.
Oh, he takes damage.
So 8,
I took damage.
You take 8 damage, yeah, because you just jumped into a
That was a
freaking well,
miracle
dude. You
liquid.
think it's gonna happen? You break a
Shit.
tibia?
I thought I would lose a couple years.
No.
I would
not
get
what-
younger.
No.
This isn't the fountain of youth.
In fact, you've got an infection now.
In fact,
and-
I've never heard of the well of youth.
I'm just kidding. No, you lose. You jump. Okay, look, I'm gonna give you a little gimme, okay? Because you didn't know. So you jump into this well, thinking that maybe it's a fountain of youth or something. You found some craziness because you're a druid and you're into it, right? You're all around. You're surrounded by all this dirt and this water, and you just get real excited because you just want to grow some shit. And
I thought I found something cool.
you found something cool and you got shiny and you just jumped for it, right? So one, your torch that you were holding, you probably
It's extinguished.
dropped, and it's extinguished. It fell, but you do see the light coming from King's torch, As you fall, do you realize this was a mistake or no?
Oh no.
You don't really. Okay, so you don't realize this is a mistake. You only take half that damage because you are hitting water. So I'm going to say that you're not going to take. You know, it's not like you hit the ground and broke your leg. So you're going to take 8 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
I got
So
weak knees, apparently.
And ankles.
and it's just real hard for you to swim because you got all them robes.
Oh my god.
I can only dog paddle.
I'm drowning.
Now, King. So as King is bringing the water up, Roskin jumps down and he sees this bucket coming up right by him, and it's like flying up as he's falling down, and that's how that goes. So we'll get to that in a second. Take your 8 damage. Hopefully you're not dead.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, hopefully he's not dead.
Tom,
he's at
what do
11.
you
He's
do? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I actually have a vantage point, and I see
You see all this happening.
Roskin jump in.
Yep.
I face palm. I walk over to the clowns and see what's going on.
Okay. So
Going
you
on
look,
in my
I
house.
yeah,
I
you
didn't
look
jump
down.
in the
And
well. What are you talking
see
about?
him.
Oh, sorry, not these clowns. The clown.
That's right. He's a caster, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with now.
So you look at this and you bounce over in this room.
being
Okay.
ridiculous. No, just it won't let me go anywhere else except for up.
Oh, that's fine. It's okay. Are you able to go in there? You're in this room, right?
I don't want to be in this room. Every time I
Mhm.
grab my
That's fine.
token, it goes
Oh.
up like
Oh, so
100%.
move you down.
Thank
so,
you.
But there is a
I'm
room
gonna
there.
be
So,
right. I'm gonna be right here is where
oh, you want to get down? Okay.
I just want to go from there to here. I'm gonna help King fish Roskin out of the
Okay.
well, unintended. That's why I said fish.
Well,
I
does
might
Roskin
just
want
leave
to
him
come
there.
out? You could leave him.
What?
You could also
Good,
leave him.
but we're gonna need his spells probably at some point. The healing one.
accurate.
So.
Okay. Well, so while you guys are dealing with that, figuring out what you're gonna do, let's go back over to Tor and Tillian. So Tor has made his way up to where Tillian's voice was at, which we'll just say that you could hear it because you might be a little bit too far away. I mean,
Oh, I do have a
perception checks or
question.
something, but- Yes.
I have a question. Roskin's jump into the well, is that loud or is that quiet?
You do hear a splash, and again, you hear a break in the mumbling of the
Panting.
words, but that's it.
See how his getting wet affects the accompanying surroundings. Sorry, go ahead.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Tor, you come up on Tillian. Tillian, what do? You hear Tor making steps behind you. You see light kind of shimmer because he's got a torch coming up behind you. What are you doing?
Tor, come help me with this other closing this crypt. I think these should probably be closed.
Rightio. Let us put them to rest.
Oh, that one's closed.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
let's do that.
sorry.
Oh, over here.
Oh,
So go ahead and do your athletics check at advantage because you're helping.
Right.
You make it. It's fine because you're doing advantage. So you guys successfully put the slab that has no name on it into the space that is provided for it. And nothing happens, but
Tor.
you were successful.
Tor, did you see any other crypts like this?
I saw one. When was that? Two of them, I believe, were Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
Where
But they
were
were sealed.
They were sealed.
Yeah.
Okay, but none like this that are open.
No. Those are the only two I've seen.
Okay. That's probably the end of our turn.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
have both used your turn to move that up. I'll let you have movement, but we'll move back over to the other group. Yeah, what do you guys are all together, so whatever you guys want to do. Roskin is in the well.
Tor,
Tom came
Tor,
over. King is
Tor, come with
hanging
me.
out. with the water.
I just climb the rope.
If King sends it back down.
Oh, sir,
Well, let me look at the liquid first, and then maybe I'll send the bucket back down.
Okay. Just let me know what you decide.
What kind of liquid is this? What am I looking at?
So you can determine that it's. I mean, it looks like water. It smells like stagnant water. It's not clean. It's dirty. For obvious reasons, but other than that, you can't tell anything about it. Probably not something you'd want to put in your mouth, but that it gets a little off-putting. But you're wrong, so maybe.
Who laughed?
I'd like to confirm whether or not I got any health boosts from that.
So anyway,
From submerging my body in the water.
No, you
You lost health, bro.
you just kind of got real wet and hurt yourself because you kind of banged up against the wall as you were falling down.
She said yes. Nice.
Got real wet and I hurt myself.
Yep, it
Backed up
happens.
against the wall.
It does happen.
Alright, so I'm gonna drop the bucket in, and we're gonna try and pull him out.
Okay.
If Tom will help me.
I will help.
So
out, right?
if Roskin is going to secure himself with the rope and you guys are both pulling up, I'll say that you can absolutely do that. It works. You don't need to make any rolls.
Sweet.
Because I'm an example of human excellence. I did it with one hand.
I mean, obviously, you were doing all the heavy lifting. Tom was supervising, and
This is my
Roskin was
cheerleader.
cheering you on,
Hang in
and
there.
just filled you with.
I slow clap as pulls it up.
Guilty.
Skin up.
Now, you guys have used your action to pull Roskin up. Roskin, you used your action to tie the rope on so you can get up and cheer them on. You can use your movement if you want. If you guys are wanting to move around or do something there, I will let you do that.
On my way into this room, I saw another hallway. If you guys want to explore that one with me.
Yes, of course.
Let's go. Point the way, please.
All right. Well, you guys made your movement, so make your
Oh, my
movement.
bad, bro.
Make your.
It's back
I mean,
this
it's okay. It's okay. Like if you don't want that movement to be your movement, you can follow him, but it's only do your movement. So like if it's 20 or 25 or 30, only go that many spaces.
Okay.
Each space is 5, right?
Each space is 5 feet. Correct.
I can go 40, so I'm chilling.
There you go. Yeah, you're a
I can
champion.
go- I can go 30, so I should be able to. My icon is all busted up. Can someone give me
Something's
my
going on here. What's here? Actually, try
closing and reopening?
like
Or refresh?
refreshing. Just refresh it and see if that
Refresh.
fixes it.
That's my
I'm
character
not
sheet.
sure why it's doing that for you. I see it jumping around, but I don't know why.
Stop
But usually
gathering
refresh does it.
dragons.
Gathering dragons, yeah.
Gathering dragons. Watching dragons.
So, all right, back over to Tor and Tillian. What's going on?
Yeah, fixed it.
I think we'll look around here and here. He mentioned that there were 2 that had Walter and Elizabeth.
I checked here. These on the left
Okay.
have been
So
checked.
let's look at these over here then.
Yes.
So, you guys both kind of investigate this side of the crypt that seemed to have been missed when Tor was down there earlier.
Yes.
So the one that Tor is next to, it says has the name Rosevalda Durst, similar to what you saw on the other one where that said Walter. Same font. Looks like that's the slab for that. And then the one on the other side where you're at, Tillian, is same thing, but it says Thornbolt Durst.
Horn bolt.
Tor, have you come across any thorn bolts in the letter or anything?
Thorn. Well, wasn't that the child, the thorn, rose and thorn?
No, I think. It's
Doesn't every rose have its thorn?
Oh, you're so clever, Thorn. I mean,
Ooh.
Try.
Tor. Hey, Tor. Call me crazy, but
Crazy.
No, I didn't mean to actually call me crazy. It was more of a kind of a saying. Yeah, we humans and elves and half elves kind of say something like that before we do something crazy. So let's do something crazy. Let's open this one here.
The third one?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to open a crypt?
Sure.
You want to disrupt the order of the dead? But wait, I kind of ooh, let's do it. I want to see what's in there.
I knew you would. Okay, so
yes.
we want to open this one.
Okay, which one? The one
the one I'm in front of.
Okay, so you're by the one that says Thornbolt.
Yep.
You guys both can, or well, whoever wants to can make the athletics check at advantage.
16.
And you just like you guys are pulling and pushing and kind of like dislodging this, and it looks like it's been pretty sealed up. And as you crack it away from the wall, you're able to move it slightly, and this foul-smelling, stagnant air kind of like eeps out, and then it kind of dissipates, and you guys move successfully the slab. What you see is a dais that is made out of stone, and then on top of that is a coffin.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else in the room of note?
No, just a coffin. This is a crypt. I mean, this is what you'd expect to see.
Yeah.
No markings that are visible.
I mean, we're here. Let's take out this sucker and let's look inside.
I agree. But do we need to wait?
No, I'll let you guys do this.
Okay.
Fine.
So we want to open the
Okay.
coffin.
Who's opening it?
I will.
Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot that there's certain things that I can see that you guys can't.
Yeah, we can't see in there. Thank you.
There you go. Sorry.
Gracias.
So you're gonna go in there. Tor's gonna, stand behind you and look creepily. You see the hinges on the right side, and so the left side you would be able to open it from. Looks like a pretty standard coffin that you would see nobility or royalty kind of use. Very shiny, or was. Seems pretty old now.
Okay.
We could tell though.
Does it just open? Or...
So if you open it, you hear that, and there's nothing inside.
Okay. Tor, typically there would be something in here, but there's nothing. So, little weird.
So you're saying that you don't just evaporate once you are put inside one of these little box things?
Typically, humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves, they don't know. They don't evaporate. I don't know about you scaly folk, but no, that's not typical.
Interesting. I'm going to write that down in my book of knowledge.
Okay, while you do that, we'll wait for our next turn.
Okay.
Now I have no idea what's happening with them over there.
You don't.
But if I did know, I would have remembered that the kids' bodies were in the attic.
Yeah, you maybe think you're like, there were some skeletons upstairs. I don't know. Not necessarily in a closet, but a room. Well, anyway.
Doesn't matter. Let's explore this hallway.
Yeah. So you guys have already made your movement, so I'm going to go ahead and... so, Tom, you kind of already headed back up these stairs. Are you trying to...
That's right.
Come down here. You haven't been in this area, so...
I've never been in this area. I'm exploring, still looking around.
So you're exploring. Are you headed into that room, or are you just waiting?
I want to go here.
Okay. So
30. I can go 30 feet with my speed, so I want
yeah.
there if I can.
Go ahead.
So. Oh, this is just crunchy bones. This place sucks.
So you're feeling the crunchy bones, and then you see the table. You can see everything in this room, so you're fine. As you make your way over to this alcove, do you go into it, or do you go? What are you doing? What's your?
I'm looking for Looking for Tillian and Shanks.
Okay. You would probably hear whispers coming back from this way, or not
Okay.
whispers, but talking, and you would hear like movement
General-
over here, but you're not sure if it's them or
Please.
not. You don't see them back this way. There's a wall between you and them. So
I
but you would hear in this area.
I gently whisper down the hall, Shanks, Tillian. You guys hear me?
Over here.
Okay.
I'll say they
Turns
hear
over.
you. You're close enough.
My turn's over.
King, what would you like to do? And Roskin.
Our movement's over, right?
So let's start.
you're-
Hallway?
I'll go ahead and let you guys do more movement since we're at the beginning of your turn. But yeah, at the end of your turn, like, so we'll just start that. We'll just get your movement out of the way at the end, or at the beginning of the turns. So
Okay. So I want to move down this hallway.
Okay.
Just go all the way down.
when you get to, hold on, when you get to here, like in the middle, where it's
Right
us-
here?
right here,
Oh, okay,
like-
right.
well, yeah, right there.
Perfect. Okay.
You actually start to hear the you start to hear
The
the
chanting.
words, the chanting, and it gets a little bit louder.
Which way did he go?
He went the opposite direction that you left them at when you were in that other room. So
Here?
he went down this area, down in this
Okay.
this section. So,
I didn't know there was a door there.
but well, there's not a door. It's just a hallway.
Okay.
So it should have been open. You should have been able to see it. I'm not sure if
I
you
didn't
weren't. I don't know why that was open. So go ahead and do a wisdom. I'm sorry, a perception check.
Oh,
King?
boo.
King and Roskin. Roskin, if you're following King, go ahead and do that as well.
You said perception?
Perception
Oh,
check.
nailed it.
Ooh,
Yes.
Roskin got it. So King, you like are straining to hear, but you as you cross over the area that you're on right now, you kind of lose the sound. Roskin, you're picking up, and it says, if you guys can't hear it right now, it says, "He is the ancient, he is the land," but it's real faint. But it's definitely getting louder as you walk down this hallway. Now, Roskin, you're still behind King at this point, but King, as you get to the point where you're at right now, the ground kind of gives way, and I'm gonna have you do let's do an acrobatics check. Athletics or acrobatics, whatever's better for you. For King.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit. Sorry.
Since you're a monk, I'm gonna kind of give you a little.
You said athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, either whatever's better for you, whatever you would like. Okay. You're distracted by this noise, and you fall through the ground. Like you feel the ground kind of crumble underneath you, like it was loose fitting, and you feel like maybe there was some sort of a false floor here, and you fall about 10 feet deep down into the ground onto some spikes, and you are going to take
Oh, no. Oh, no, not like this.
10
Not
damage.
like this. Oh!
So you fall down into this trap that was left there to try to keep people, it seems, out of the way, and you take the 10 damage.
There's nothing my human excellence can do to avoid a little bit of that damage.
Sometimes you just got to go through the pain, right?
I guess that's right. It's the only way you learn.
That's the lesson.
Yeah.
Damaged is thing after that fall.
Now, Roskin, you saw this happen as you were
No, I'm damaged.
coming up behind, so you would have seen him fall through into the ground and seen this happen. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Was he close enough to maybe possibly react and try to grapple and save him?
Roskin would be, but nobody else. But you guys would have heard this, like,
Yeah.
this crumble, this fall, this stabby stab noise. I guess you wouldn't hear that, but you'd hear something. It sounds like broken wood.
Broken wood.
Are we allowed to potentially move toward it, or we need to wait?
After we resolve
Okay.
Roskin's,
Copy that.
what Roskin does, you just react with a
It's muted.
oh. Roskin, you
reaction.
try to help him out, or do
Hello?
you?
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
I was talking that entire time if I realized.
Oh no.
He's like, why are people talking over me?
I know.
Okay,
Sorry.
so something broke, right?
Yeah. So the ground broke underneath him, and he fell into a pit about 10 feet deep. So if he raised his hand up and with a little bit of maneuvering, and you using your staff or whatever, you'd be able to grab him and help him out of the pit, or stand there and laugh at him.
No, I'll help my boy out.
Okay. So you help him out, and he gets up, and he's a little bloodied from being stabbed in the poop chute, and he's not feeling great about it. So, there was something you wanted to do to him right about now. Now would be the time, as we move on to the others.
I cast my Cure Wounds.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
All right. Cure Wounds.
Which one am I taking?
The first one.
First one? Okay.
Yeah, the 8 healing. So you're almost back up. You only have like 2, damage from that. So like you kind of feel these wounds kind of like zip themselves back up, and you start to see the blood kind of disappear as it's like reversing the effects of what happened right now. But there's a couple of them that don't heal up quite right. And just as a reminder, a little bit, as Roskin has given you the heals. Now you guys are still on this other side.
I'll let those scars remind you of your mistakes.
Your pings are black.
Yes.
And it's in the shadow.
Hard to see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me change that up real quick. Sorry about that.
That's
everybody
okay.
else is. Let's do red. There we go. Let's do.
That's perfect. There we go.
There you go. Sorry guys, I didn't even think about that. Good call.
That's been pretty brutal.
Sorry guys. Sorry. You would even see that on a pitch black area. So okay, that's happening. You guys have resolved that, and but there's now this giant gaping hole. King, you and Roskin are behind. You would have to run to jump over this or figure some way out across, which you can do, but we'll get to that next. So Tor, Tom, Tillian, you guys are in the same room together. You start to hear the sound a little bit louder as well. As you're focused, your ears are focused on the direction of where you were hearing all of the commotion going on, where King and Roskin were. What do you do?
I turn to the group and ask him, should we go see what happened? Roskin, because he fell into a well earlier, so I'm going to assume it. That fell again.
Why am I not surprised? Okay,
We can keep moving.
I suppose.
Can we call to them and be like, hey,
yes,
what's going on?
You can.
Dudes.
You guys okay?
Noise is the best thing to do right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's just address the strange elephant in the room. Are we all hearing shit?
Yes. Yeah.
No, it's just you, Tor.
The noise is not
I grab Roz and tell him don't yell back because we're close to those chanting mother people.
Okay, you get.
So if they're not responding,
we should head over there.
Well, you better go check it out.
What do you guys want to do?
I say ladies first, age before beauty. Always.
Excuse me?
I said ladies first.
Oh, okay.
Well, if it's age before beauty, it's probably me. I don't know anymore. Fuck it. I'm gonna stand outside the door because it's a small hallway.
Do I see? So when I come into this area, do I see the hole?
You see, like, no, you're still too far. You would have to be right about here to see the hole, but you would see the shapes of Roskin and King kind of like making themselves, pulling Roskin, like pulling King back out. It's like this is right after that has happened, and he's putting on his hands to heal him.
Oh, that is an example of a trap excellence there that you found.
Ooh. Sorry, I had some gastro issues.
Ignored.
You okay?
I'm fine.
I want to ask why Roskin's all wet.
Well, are you?
I really
there?
don't care. I don't want to know.
Don't bother me, whore.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh. Okay, have fun.
And I see Tillian has gone the other way, so
You guys have not used your action. You've just been using because talking is free action and movement
Hey,
is.
the chanting is louder this way.
Yeah, King
It's
says
loud
as
over here
Tillian's
as well.
walking away. You guys hear it more over where King is at.
Okay.
King, you have the knowledge of being where they're at, and you can rebuttal to that and say,
No,
if you want.
I promise it's louder over here.
Tillian, you would have probably been be able to attest to that.
And I'm just walking away. Okay, I'm gonna continue down this way a little bit.
Okay. So as you get there, stop.
stop.
Anybody else? Where is everybody else moving?
By the way, they're fine.
Okay. They're
Yeah.
fine, and I'm gonna follow behind Tillian if they're fine. 'Cause I don't know what's happening down that other way.
Okay.
Druid, do you have a way to get over this hole?
Of course. Sir Dungeon Master, I'd have a question about the break in the
Yes.
floor.
I will.
Master.
Hang on just
It's
a
a
second.
dungeon master.
That's me.
I'd like to know exactly how it's broken, more or less.
Okay, so basically you have a 5-foot hole that's 10 foot deep and has spikes sticking up from it. So if you were to try to maneuver over that, you would have to make I would say an athletics check or an acrobatics check to try to jump over it. I can't tell you what the DC would be, but it's only 5 feet, so it's not out of the realm of possibility for all of you to be able to do that.
Jump it.
DC?
The
Oh.
difficulty.
I can't fix it now.
It's all good.
I can spend a key point if I wanted to.
To do what?
Step of the wind.
It's the
Or not
step of the wind.
Yeah, my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
That sounds cool.
Which
That sounds
you
cool.
can do
Yeah,
if you want.
all the monk shit is cool,
Yeah,
bro.
Monk's got cool stuff.
That sounds way cool.
So I can do that, but if nobody else is gonna come with me, I guess I'm gonna go by myself.
I'll come. I just have to
Well, Step of the Wind, does that affect
risk my
with
life.
people with you, or is it just you?
No, but I'm just saying if people are gonna make the attempt to come
Oh, I see.
or at all, I can do it easily.
Because you want to be that excellent
Okay.
person that does it.
Yeah, so
I
you can do
am
it
that
easily,
excellent.
but I'm gonna have an issue with what you're saying.
I mean, so not
It's a check.
not to spoon feed you, but let's say you know how you tied yourself around with the rope and the well, and then they were able to pull you up, and it was easier. It's not outside the realm of possibility that you could tie yourself to a rope and he can help pull you whenever you jump to make it easier for you.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow,
That's just an
strong.
idea. Just an idea.
I am that strong.
I'm just
Wow.
throwing that out there for the newbies.
That's amazing. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something you want to do, Druid?
Oh yeah, let me tie me onto your back. Actually, let's do that. I have one hempen rope.
You gonna spider monkey
Oh,
Yeah.
on my back?
Yeah, I'll put my back to your back.
Hold on tight, spider monkey.
hold on. If
Okay,
he's
okay.
on you, not just tied, and he makes his own jump, you're going to be at disadvantage.
Oh,
So, because it's now a matter of his strength and his step of the wind, or I'm sorry, his
So would step of the wind
well, I'm
even
sure
really
Keith
matter?
have no problem.
Here, why don't you pop that up for a second so we can read it,
Please. This is
so we can make
great.
sure that we're not misinterpreting this, because I've got 1,000 things going on in my head right now, and I may be.
Did it pop up? I
thinking-
clicked it.
If you click it, it might ask you what level, which I don't understand why. Sometimes it does that.
Oh, there we go.
There we
I
go.
just clicked
Okay.
the
Oh,
chat
yeah. It's
bubble.
just like
Okay.
a monk feature. Yeah. You spend a key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn. Okay. So I believe the way that jump distance is calculated is it's a hold on.
Just
I don't
look
get
it up.
this wrong. I don't get this wrong. I don't look like a jackass.
So would that allow me to avoid a roll? Because I could just jump it.
Let me double check that. And
Even with the druid spider monkeyed on me.
what's
It
your
is.
strength score?
I'll jump.
My strength, the base or the modifier?
Your base.
14.
14.
Does he have a running start? Yeah.
He would if Ross can get out of the way.
He'd be
I
on
only
my
weigh
back.
130 pounds.
Hold on. Okay,
My
so
character.
there's a calculator. Hold on. Let's double check this. There's a calculator for this. You can definitely make this jump, no problem. No rolls.
Yeah, there's
Fine.
there's.
It's only 5 feet, so I'm trying to give you the full experience here, and I haven't actually dealt with this as a DM.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So-
'cause whatever.
determines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, you're totally fine. And Ross can actually you're a druid, so
little
you wouldn't
boy.
have anything. But what's your strength score?
Oh, my strength is
The big number. Yeah.
Cover a number of feet up to your strength.
0 and then 10.
Okay.
His
So
modifier
10.
is 0,
So
his
actually,
base is
you
10.
would be able to jump this as well.
Oh,
No
okay.
problem. So it's only 5 feet, so it's not a big deal. I just wanted to double check that. That's the calculator, according to the calculator that I found. So we're going to use that, okay? So I'm going to say that both of you can jump this, no rolls, you're fine.
Cool.
If you
Let's
want.
do it.
Sweet. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, definitely do that.
Okay, so
We'll
jump
do a
if you
little
want.
wall run.
Move your characters wherever you'd
Oh,
like.
flip, bro.
Like, there you go. Someone's got long jump, or you can do long jump. Yeah, but that's an action, and they've already used their. I mean, we're kind of
60.
futzing this anyway, but this part.
DM's
So-
option.
I Naruto run on
It's
the
my
wall.
game.
Naruto.
Naruto. Yeah, you just Naruto ran, and both you, without using Step of the Wind, did it. No problem. King, you did it masterfully. You actually landed where you are right now. As you get there, King, you turn to the left. You see Tillian, kind of stepping up here, just glinting off of a little bit of the torch that you have.
Okay.
But as Tillian
Does she see me?
comes into view, I will say no, not yet. But as Tillian comes into view and maybe turns your way, you
Okay.
actually notice some shadows moving behind Tillian.
Okay, so I'll just shout behind you.
If you want, yeah.
Winch.
It's just call her a wench. Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
These guys are hardcore.
All right. So you guys throwing the hate, throwing the shade, Tillian.
Well, I heard
Okay.
her be called a whore, so
Oh,
I assumed that's what she was.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just misogynist.
you're not gonna
Yeah.
stand up for her
Register
honor.
course.
Jack apples. All right. Well, so
I don't make
With that,
assumptions.
with that, you guys made it across the trap area. You guys are there. You saw Tillian, Tom, and Tor. Tillian, since you're the one who stepped in here, you actually see the shadows as well. You're kind of distracted on all edges as you see light come out from the right, and then you see shadows move directly in front of you and to the left, where things
There
move.
or
yeah,
there?
directly to the front of you and to the side. And hold on a second. Gotta move these guys. Whip! And you see these two enormous things kind of step up. They look like rocks or something, and you could see over. And now you're noticing them move, and you see these two things kind of form out of the walls almost, and catch you by surprise. But because King said, "Watch out," you don't get surprised as you step in here. Tom, you're directly behind. You see the light kind of glinting, so you see the one in front of Tillian, and yeah, you guys will need to do initiative.
Okay.
Ooh,
Everybody,
let's roll for it. Oh,
everybody, do initiative. You're in combat.
There are
man,
two.
I just have mad modifiers on initiative. It's insane.
Nice.
You also
No,
got a
never.
nat 20 too.
I don't think I've ever not
Okay.
gotten first person to go
I've never
first.
not been the best.
We're not in the best of the initiative.
Never not.
Who's really the example of human excellence?
You're a half elf, so I don't know.
Still me. Still human.
Still a human. That's right.
Still human.
You're still only human.
There are two.
So yeah, you see two directly in front of you.
Do it.
You see
Missing
them
some
rise
more
up-
rolls.
So you see them rise up from the ground, and these
Let's see. Tor
ghouls,
roll.
like show up. Yeah. Did everybody? So Tor, Tom,
Oh, I
Ron's
rolled,
King,
but it
Winnie
didn't.
King, Winnie
Ah,
King,
God,
and
I didn't select my.
Yeah, you have to
character
select your
when I
token
rolled.
to do it.
You gotta do your token first, bud.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. If I don't hit my 20, oh my
Yep.
god.
Yep.
Well, that really
And
sucked.
now
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a gracious DM, and I'm gonna go ahead
Rip.
and
Are you taking my 20?
make King his 12.18, and Tillian, you had a 20.16. Boom. Okay, cool. So let me do this in ascending order.
Appreciate you, Daddy DM.
Hey, no problem. You know, you're still new. You're still new.
Oh,
After you
I
guys hit
still
level
rolled
3
it. I still
this
rolled
happens.
it. I
You
just
still
didn't
rolled
click
it.
my freaking
Right.
token.
So in the future, that's what my DM in one of my games would use as punishment. Be like, oh, that's what you got to remember. But you guys are still new, so it's fine. So yeah, so we got this ghoulish encounter that's happening. So you see King, you see this coming off of the shadows from behind Tillian. You cry out, Tillian, you kind of see it. So you actually are able to get into position instead of being surprised by these things. Tom, you see it from the side and across the way because you hear King and you see the light glinting in different ways. And Tor, you're able to kind of shore Tor up. And yeah, you guys are in combat. Tom, what do you do?
Oh,
You
hold.
are kind of
Hold
stuck.
action.
Okay, good call. Good call.
last
So then, Tillian, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a quick. Tom, do you want me to move past them so you can move in,
Yeah, I mean, I'm no tank, but I definitely want to.
or I can hold here?
We don't know how many there are. So far, we only see 2, but there could be more. Need to
Okay.
find the rest of the.
So knowing almost
Anybody?
everybody else has range capabilities, I'm gonna hold for now. I'll just what I will say is, let me know if you want me to move, and then I'm gonna attack with my rapier the one in front of me.
Can I ask if she's.
So no,
anybody
I'm gonna
else?
attack. Sorry, I'm gonna attack this one, the one off to the side.
Okay.
Rapier. Oh wait, my damage. Wait, stand by. Stand by. Here we go.
Nice.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, those did not do well.
Ooh,
No.
yeah. So rapier does not hit on the first one. Do you have another one?
I have my shield. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
You got your shield up. Nice call.
So yeah, you kind of swipe out in kind of like startled, and
I'm gonna
it dodges just out of the way.
use my action, and I'm gonna attack this polygreen giant. No,
Okay.
wait, no, this one.
You,
My crossbow.
You can use your crossbow. So I'm gonna let this happen, but in the future, you're next to a wall here, so you basically like be popping your head out, pointing it at him, and hitting him. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's okay. And since you've got crossbow expert, I'd say close quarter kind of combat like that would be okay for you. So
Okay. Also, can
technically
I hit him with
it's cover.
I mean, can I, okay, I won't bend
Which,
the
yeah,
rules too
no,
much.
do it. You can do it. Go for it.
Crossbow?
I'm sorry.
But only?
crossbow only. Yes.
Oh yeah. Crossbow. I mean, you could reach out and stab if you've got something
Okay.
long enough,
Two
longer than a dagger.
short sword.
If you got something
Yeah.
long
Two.
enough.
I got a short sword. That should be.
Yeah, that works. I'm gonna kind of let you guys do it. Oh yeah, short sword totally hits.
No, I'm gonna do my sneak attack.
Tillian
Which
does.
is
Tillian does her strike and misses, and you find an opening, and you toss your short sword in the mix.
I'm gonna do
Get
my
some.
sneak attack, which I believe my sneak attack do. Oh, it's level 2. Did I get an advance
Mhm.
on him?
I'm not sure. That's
think I
on
did.
your sheet.
That's my fault for not checking. No, I got something else instead. All right.
Okay.
Level 2 skills. I got a bunch of bumps, so I'm trying to figure out what else I got. I got cunning action. Oh, that's a rogue thing.
Yeah. that's a-
Sorry. I need to roll 1d6.
Mhm.
Roll
Extra. Well,
damage.
you're gonna go ahead and roll your short sword damage, and then roll your d6. There you go. And now your d6.
Lame.
So you get some good hits on it, and it kind of cries out in pain.
Okay, then now I have my second attack, which is gonna be my crossbow, because I'm awesome.
Oh, okay. That second one does not hit. You kind of pop
Do my
out,
inspiration?
shoot it.
Do-
Doesn't work.
my
You have to
inspiration?
do. You know what? I'll let you do it.
Sure.
You with inspiration, you're gonna take that 13. So make sure you remove your inspiration. I'll let you do it.
Moved it.
Go ahead and roll your hand crossbow damage because it does hit. So yeah. So now he's looking pretty bad. Like he's spitting on the walls, and it's this black liquid mess that's kind of like painting the walls. If Tor was not covered by this wall, he would be completely drenched in it, and he's just flailing about a bit, but he's still up.
Nice.
So that was those. So in this ghoul, which one are you? Oh yes, this one.
Can I able to sidestep Alien to get out of the way so Tor can get in here, or is that?
You can use your movement to try to sidestep in between Tillian, and this is the only area that you would be in.
Is that okay? Or
I would say
check?
yeah, because like in the mix, like you guys are kind of bunched up, and it just would have happened that way. I'll say that it's okay.
Crap, I can see King now.
Yep, there you go. So you see them coming in that direction. This ghoul takes swipe at actually tries to take a bite at you because it doesn't know what's going on after all those hits to you, Tillian, and looks like it misses.
It does miss.
It kind of goes raw, and then kind of throws up more on the ground. It's looking real bad. Roskin, your turn.
Get off me.
Am I able to walk past King?
You can sidestep into the stairway if he lets you.
Oh, can I sidestep you, Sir King? Oh,
And then if
thank
you've
you.
got something ranged, you can try to toss that over because the hallways here are about 10
To the
feet.
What?
10 feet high.
Okay.
Two abreast. Is that?
So my attacks, do they hurt my teammates or no?
If it's an area of attack, you can place it just outside of that area if you have enough room. But if it's if they're within that area and there's no walls blocking it, then yeah, it'll hurt.
Oh, so they will take damage. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If it's something that directly attacks something, it will just hit that target. But if it has area, yeah, there's like a sphere or something.
So like if I have Thunder Wave, I could like shoot it and then it would cause the area attack. And,
I
like,
would
after
highly
shoot it at
recommend
distance.
not using the Thunder Wave.
Not a Thunder Wave. Okay.
I have seen into the multiverse, and while
So?
Thunder Wave is beautiful and powerful, devastation lays upon everything.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that story
That
later.
doesn't sound good. So we're not gonna do that.
So what is poison spray? So you're directing poison spray at which one?
I'm gonna go for the one on the right. On the
Highlight
right.
them. Highlight them real quick.
Right.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't know how to highlight. Hold on.
It's fine.
Right down.
You can click on it. Just like
Long click.
which one.
The
Yeah,
long
just hold
click.
on
There you
left click and tell us which one. Yeah, there you go. So you're wanting the one directly in front of Tillian. So so you reach your hand out and you kind of muster up this magical poison spray from your hand, and it spurts out and it hits the ghoul, and it kind of like mists over it and passes right through it. And
Oh.
he doesn't even blink. Nothing happens to him. He acts like it does not phase him, and nothing happens to him.
Oh. All right. I think I'll end my turn there.
This is I'm gonna metagame here for you so that you understand what's happening. Basically, he's immune to poison damage. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna run away next turn, guys.
but you figured this out, so that's helpful knowledge for later.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So you can continue to use the rest of your movement to back out if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Up to you. I'll let King do a backflip or whatever. Oh, Tom's right there. Oh shoot, you were right there with Tom. I didn't even see that. My bad. It's fine. We're gonna let this happen.
Okay.
Okay, King, it's your turn.
Can I tell Tillian to move?
Yeah, you can. Speaking is a free action, and then you can hold your action if you were wanting to do that. I would let
But
you
if I tell her to
do-
move, can she move?
Not right now. She has to wait. So
Okay.
you can hold your action until the next time Tillian's turn pops up, and then if Tillian moves, you can then use your action.
Okay. So I'm gonna yell Tillian move, and then I'm gonna walk up here and hold.
Okay. So you're holding action. Tillian, King has called to you to tell you to move.
I've got them pinned. I'm not moving. You can move past if you want.
Can't attack either of them.
There's not a way
Okay.
for you to move through this bunched up crowd. So, your best bet is to either move to an area where you can spread out a little more, or to just kind of keep attacking. If you move out of their 5-foot space, they will get an opportunity to attack, and that's why Tillian's not moving. Because she would take 2 attempted hits by both of these ghouls that are next to her.
Shit. I didn't know. I forgot about that.
it's-
'Cause I'm immune to this, so I don't even...
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
and basically,
if you
Tillian
move.
realizes
Yeah.
she's got a positional advantage to keep them from getting to you guys.
Mhm.
So,
Self-sacrifice.
yeah, a little bit.
Gotcha.
You're also playing your role too, aren't you, the tank?
A little bit.
Kind of.
So there's no way for me to get through all these people and get over here, right?
You're gonna
correct. There's
Not
not a
even
space.
Run on the wall
say
because I'm
10
so
feet.
excellent.
You don't have that feature yet. It's something that can happen for a monk later.
Really?
But right
That's
now, no.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wall running
And-
is a real thing. Okay,
Yeah, it's
I
a
was
real thing.
just- I was
For real.
Wow.
You have any range?
Yeah,
I don't have
you
any
would need
range.
range,
Okay.
and
Probably
it
just gonna
would
have to wait.
be. Yeah, you might want to.
Yeah, so I'm just.
You can
I'll
still
just
hold your
hold
action in
until
case something
I,
happens.
there's
I
a
know what
spot
you
for me.
want. I know what you wanted. I can. Tillian's like, I know what you want. If these things move at a point that matters, I will figure it out.
I just
This
yelled,
all-
okay,
This all happens within 3 seconds.
and then I guess I'm holding. So
It is the ghoul in front of Tillian's turn, and it sees the devastation that's going on to its friend over here, and decides to try to. Oh, hold on. Let me read something real quick. It's going to attempt to bite. Oh,
Yeah, that'll hit.
that's a crit too. So 8 + 6 piercing damage.
14.
14 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Just piercing though.
All right.
And then the ghoul will actually kind of be a little afraid and take a step back.
Okay.
And as it steps
Opportunity attack?
back, yeah, go ahead and take your opportunity attack. You see it turn its head behind you, or behind it, and make a sound, and another one pops up behind it.
Okay.
So you do hit it. Go ahead and roll that damage.
10.
Ooh, yeah. So it takes a good hit as it's stepping away, and it screeches out, and it kind of calls to something behind it as it rides out in pain, and a little bit of the black ichor kind of like splatters against that wall as it's kind of spraying with your release of the rapier, and it steps back. And you do see another ghoul pop up behind.
Another one. Back up into the larger room.
That's what I'm about to say. Let's fall back. This is crazy.
I'm gonna put that in turn order real quick. Yeah. So then it's a Tor's turn.
Can I action then move, or do I have to move then
You can
action?
move. You can either way you want. It's up to you.
I would. I see that one of these ghouls of evil have thrust themselves upon the Lady Tillian Jin and seen them bite into her collar. So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds to help with that, because that looks nasty and infected.
Does hurt.
Good call.
Thank you.
So
Now-
Tillian, you just see this reptilian hand kind of pop its way out around the corner because it's
Sort of
there's a wall
slap
directly.
it. Not
Yeah, slap you in the
anywhere
back, yeah.
inappropriate, just shoulder, mid, above mid back, below neck.
In
Good,
an appropriate
hard-
spot.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah,
With
you get your
consent, of course.
6
Thanks, Tor. Back up into the larger room, though. Get ready.
Righto.
We've got more.
Rightio.
And then yeah, so you're good. So heal
Getting
for
on
6.
top of the table.
Yeah, I got the 6.
Nice.
Thank you.
The table tour. This sounds familiar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
I have seen into the multiverse, and I know what works.
Yes, your god has blessed you with the sight.
Wintry
Okay.
touch.
Tour's turn is over. It's Tom's turn.
I fall back.
Okay.
Here.
Are you falling back to the room as well? Okay.
Take Tillian's advice and fall back to the room.
Cool.
No,
So
that zombie's almost dead on the right there.
Is that where you go, Tom? Is that where you place yourself?
Got to be hurting pretty bad. If someone's taking an attack of an opportunity and slice it to pieces, that'd be great. Done. I hold my turn. I'm done.
Okay.
I hold.
So as you back up into that corner, Tom,
Yes. What happens?
you kind of like hear this
Oh, come on, man.
movement behind you,
Yeah. And then what happens?
and you see this thing
Oh,
called
bro, come on.
this thing with a beak, like kind of like lash out at you, but it misses,
Thank God.
and but it goes tries to bite you.
Poppycock.
Yeah, but there was something that was kind of like sleeping over there, and you disturbed it.
It wasn't
Like
here
this-
earlier when I
it's
was
just like a
looking.
giant worm thing.
Creepy. Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't attack, so can I attack that thing, or am I too late? I already.
Did you use an attack action?
No,
you
I
haven't,
just-
right?
I
So
just
you can
moved.
use it. Yeah, you can use
I'm
your.
gonna hit this mofo with everything I got. I'm strong wall. Is it
Get the
short sword?
Yep. So and
Oh,
you,
man, I'm out.
it glances off of its beak and kind of like, kind of pushes your sword away out, like in a defensive maneuver, and it does not hit.
Dang it. Let me hit him with the crossbow bolt, though.
All right. Yep. So then you bust out your crossbow, pop at one.
Get some.
Oh, that
Getting some,
actually
bruh.
deflects as well as it flips
Yeah.
out these little predator-like flippers from its face, and kind of like deflects the arrow away and rears back like it's getting ready in attack action.
It's bullshit. Cool.
Tilly, your turn.
I'm gonna back up, which I know will take an attack of opportunity, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Half dead looking goblin thing, man. Please. I think you really stand.
It tries to bite at you as you move, and it misses.
'Kay.
And yeah, you came out unscathed. So, do you have any?
I'm gonna
see the-
hold.
Holding your action.
Yes.
That ghoul tries to bite at you, and it tries to chase you a little bit, and it ends. Right there.
'Kay.
Um,
So
and,
is that within range that it hit, or
I'm
not
sorry,
really? It's
around
kind of around a corner, right?
Yeah.
You talking about the
The one
or
that chased me.
The one that chased you is coming after you. It's within, like, where you're at. You would be able to hit it. Yeah. So if you wanted to use your action there, you can.
Yeah. I'll use my action then.
Kill that thing. It's coup de grace time.
16.
That hits.
Nice.
Kill that thing.
It's
dude.
real
Heck
big.
yeah.
8.
This brain
Damage.
dude.
So you cut one of its arms off, and
Yes.
it kind of leans into the
Dang.
the post over here, but it's still up.
'Kay.
And it
That thing is
cries
still
out in pain
alive?
again. Oh wait, you're right. I'm sorry. This is the wrong one. No, how do you want to do that? I'm sorry. I got confused. There's another one down here.
That's the one I beat on bad.
Sorry.
That one's a-
Yeah. So you cut this thing's. Well, however you want to cut it up.
Yeah. So as he peeks his head into the room, as he's kind of like seeing where I went, as around the corner, I take the rapier and shove it up through his jaw through the top,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and just pull it out, and he just drops down.
blade style.
Blade
I like it.
God damn.
So that is out of turn, or is
Let me unhold.
sliding into the ground into the corner over here. So Roskin, your turn.
Let me unhold. Hold up.
Okay.
King unholds the knight.
Oh no,
So that one's dead. Yeah.
that's King. You're gonna unhold your action. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, that one that ran by is dead. You did see the other one run down, and you heard a noise, and then you saw everybody back out into a defensive position.
And you heard Tillian say there's more back up into the larger room.
Yeah. So I'm gonna yell to Roz to go into the room, and then I'm gonna watch him.
Now
like,
you
I'm
did
gonna
not
kinda
use.
Make sure he goes.
You didn't. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you still haven't used your attack action. You can hold that part of it.
Yeah. Well, I can't attack anybody right now. Anyway.
No, that's fine.
So.
Yeah. I'm just telling you know in case you.
There's
thought that was
nothing. There's nothing in this direction, right?
Not
That I know of.
not that you see. With your
Okay.
torch, are you looking that direction?
Well, I saw them go this way.
You
so
saw
I
that.
kind of
Yeah.
want to make sure Roz can go through.
Oh, I see. I see. Gotcha. You're
And I can cover him if he needs
headed
it.
off. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
So Roskin, it is your turn, and then we'll go back to King's
so
turn.
They all
and then-
went. See, they went that way, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
You kind of saw the same thing that King was seeing. Yep. Getting in there.
Okay, I'm gonna move this right here.
All right.
I'm not gonna do any actions though.
Okay. You can hold your action if you want. You're just using your move
Yeah.
to hold your action. I'll let you do that.
I don't need
Okay.
that.
King, you had held your attack action, but nothing to attack. It is now your turn again, so you don't get to hold it anymore. It's basically like a wasted, but there was no way for you to use
Yeah.
it, so you're fine. So now you're back at your regular turn.
Cool. So I'm gonna follow in.
And
Here.
when you follow, you hear a noise behind you, kind of skitter around as you're moving. So you can move where you're at,
Wait, hold
but
on.
from the direction behind you where you were
From
at,
back here. As you're saying.
directly behind you, right there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna come in here. And then I'll kind of watch this doorway because I know they're gonna come.
King, get on
Tell
the other
everyone-
side.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then I'll let them know that there were more behind me in the other direction coming as well.
Jesus, Tom, where'd you find a bird?
A worm, apparently. I'm not
It's like a
happy
worm with
about
a
it,
bird beak.
and I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
And
Tom's over there
Tell you-
wrestling with.
tell you the
And
story
my
later.
turn, by the way. I'll
Oh,
be
okay. Ending King's ending his turn. This ghoul. So
Ghoul City.
both of the ghoul behind. Let's see. So these two ghouls are going to move at the same time. So
Lumbering ghouls. Come on, ghouls.
ghouls. Sorry, I got a new keyboard and it's acting up.
People make fun of my keyboard because it's so loud. I'm like, it's so gratifying.
See, I had one of those and I bought one that's silent. And the silent one, it's like I can't feel where the keys are at. So
Oh,
if
I
I'm in a
can't
dark
stand it.
hall, it's rough. So
I
can't
can't feel
stand
where
it.
the keys are.
that's what I'm dealing with right now. I have nothing, no tactile sensory.
Can't feel where the
That's not a
keys
word.
are.
I just made it up. Okay, hold on. So get to this thing. So that sound that you heard was another ghoul. It's the same sound that you've been hearing these other ones. So you'd recognize it as another ghoul coming from the other direction. So another one is thrown into the mix. These ghouls don't have enough to reach you. This one gets right here and can't really see you because you guys are on the sides of the walls. This one gets here, and it is Tor's turn.
Well, ghoul today and hopefully gone tomorrow.
Ice burn.
Oh, that's not what I plan to do, so I'll keep talking and improvise. I will scoot forward with
Get it.
my two-handed warhammer and begin what I like to call the winter bludgeoning.
Always good, except for now. Did not hit.
I should have prayed beforehand.
Should have prayed before. It's more like the fall hammering.
So I guess I will just hang out by the door.
All right.
You could back out.
If he backs out, he'll take an
I
opportunity
know.
attack. But yeah,
But this creature is within 5 feet of me, right?
yes, it is. It's definitely within 5. If it's on the line next to you, it's within 5 feet. Anything past that is 10 or plus.
I'm fine. I feel that my god will protect me.
Okay. All right. So Tom, this Grick, this thing over here, it tries to lash out with you with its beak, and it's just kind of like taking 2 swipes at you. First one misses. Second one, I'm not sure.
Let me take a look at my
14?
character sheet. Yeah, my armor is at 15.
Hmm.
So miss, sorry.
So you lucked out. You go big, and
Yeah, indefinitely have a scratch. There's a big score
yeah, he's just like a
Definitely
stupid
have a
little
scratch
weird
on my armor.
underground like worm thing. So he's just being annoying. Okay. Now at the top of the order, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. Let me descending. There we go. Make sure everybody's in the right order here. All right, Tom, your turn.
I let the group know that I might need some backup.
Okay.
Will anybody buy me? They're pushing that door for the ghouls. I'm going to attack this beauty here.
Do it.
Second time's gotta be the charm here.
Oh yeah. Oof.
All right, take that, mother trucker.
Yeah.
Sneak
so
attack too,
15
baby.
Oh my.
Sneak attack.
Oh, he's on X Games mode.
It doesn't
I
look like
I
you
don't
need
think
help.
you need backup.
So you.
Attack, bruh. Oh, sneak attack. Hold on.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
Wait, there it is.
21.
6.
21 damage.
So he's got 10 plus 5.
21.
Did that automatically roll your
Sneak attack?
No, your
Oh, no.
if you, since you crit, you get double damage,
Oh,
or you get to. Well,
Oh, it
some
already
people do
rolled it.
double.
Yeah,
I think
it rolled
already
it.
So it's okay. So yeah, so
Okay.
I was gonna double it, but
Thank
that's
you.
not.
You
That's too
read
much at
my,
level 2.
so it already
So
rolled.
so you hit it really bad. You cut like half of its body up really good, and part of its tail's fallen off, and some of its facial little apertures that were like kind of popping out like a predator's face mask have fallen off. It's in bad shape, but it's still alive.
Any more?
Oh, you go for the
Maybe.
okay.
Maybe.
Yep, hit.
Oh.
And it's just, how do you want to do that?
Oh,
Killed it.
point it right at its eyeball, and I trigger my crossbow.
You pointed at
Does it have an eyeball? Okay.
what you think is its eyeball is it's really its tongue or something. It doesn't have eyes, I don't think.
Probably doesn't need them.
Yeah, no eyes. It's eyeless. It has these
And
stupid
I-
little.
I scream that I hate this basement. I pull the trigger.
So you guys hear this? Tom does his business, makes short work of this Grick, and he's back in the fight.
I like how he calls for help and then immediately kills it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Never be too
Favorite-
careful.
forces of repair.
Tillian, it's your turn.
Tom? Don't need any more help?
Oh, I accidentally killed it.
Oh, okay.
Doubt that.
Is it possible for me to reach that one?
I'm gonna say that you guys are positioned in such a way because you're ready for it that you can kind of pop in and you know that it's coming. You know, you saw
Okay.
Tor come down with the hammer. I'll say that you guys can, and you'll get advantage because I'll do what's called flanking.
Okay.
Ooh,
So now
Yeah.
that I saw, which is what I was going for anyway,
So-
when I had Tor back
Mhm.
here, but he decided to move up
Mm-hmm.
here.
So King, Tillian, and Tor all have flanking, so you'll have advantage on your melee attacks.
Okay, so now that we're in a positional advantage and I'm not so defensive,
Yep.
I'm dropping my shield and picking
Okay.
up my second rapier.
Cool.
nice.
And my first rapier attack on this one. 13?
I'll say yeah. Oh, because you're flanking, you hit.
Oh, that's right. Advantage,
Mhm.
18.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage on that.
9.
Yep. You. So how do you want to do that? This is the other one that you had hit.
Yeah, do they...
You notice that there's markings and his arm has been slayed off.
Okay.
Flayed off. So he's kind of.
are they anatomically correct?
Yes. Well, yes.
From typical human form?
They're bipedal, but
Okay.
there's no visible genitalia, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
None of that.
Okay.
It looks like it's been morphed into whatever they've turned into. You know that this is some sort of a humanoid mutation, but other than that, you're not sure.
So
No, you
I
don't
take
see
my
any danglings.
rapier, jab it into where abouts the human heart would be. I push it through, and then press the rapier down so that it's like a lever, and I say, "Going up."
Okay. And it goes, and you see like blood and guts like spill onto the floor, and the splatter of this black ichor just like massacres the bottom of the floor. The dirt floor starts to absorb it.
Okay.
And it is gone. I'll turn over.
Do I still Tor, can I get by?
Yeah, you can step by.
Yes, by all means.
I'll say.
Do I get my other attack?
Yeah, you get. Yeah,
All right, cool.
extra time. For a second.
Shield.
But not with advantage, though, right?
Correct, because that is no longer in a flanking position.
10 would miss, I would assume.
That would miss, yes.
I'll move back, which takes an opportunity of attack, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tries to get at you with a bite. And
17 does hit.
Okay, 6 damage as it
Alright.
lashes out and it kind of gets you with one of its
Okay. And I
mandibles.
little heal help, please.
Tillian doesn't feel so good.
Okay, I'm good.
Ghoul's turn. Which one? This guy. Okay, so this ghoul comes in here. It sees Tor. It kind of gets spooked and it claws out at you.
Claws.
And it misses.
Slash.
But if it had hit, that would have sucked.
Sound like Wrath of Storm.
Okay. So you're gonna rebuke the son of a bee. So roll that 2d8.
Thunderously rebuke. Is he talking? Is Tor talking? We can't hear him.
I don't know. I don't hear him.
No. I'm being quiet.
He's just letting the
It's very
wrath of the
focused.
storm speak for him.
I'm looking for the bloody 2D.
I'd like to point out he had that shit ready.
Yeah. He's ready
The
to go.
second you rolled the attack, he was like, "Oh yeah, put this in chat."
So Tor gets clawed at. It misses, and he immediately rebukes this thing with Wrath of the Storm. You see this lightning just shoot out of his chest, He-Man style, and shoot right into the ghoul, and it knocks it back against a wall, and it kind of steadies itself and shakes its head, takes some damage, and doesn't look too good at all. Starting to be a little crispy. You kind of have a smell of really bad barbecue in the air.
Toasty!
Yeah, that ghoul is not having a good time. Roskin, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on my favorite girl.
Oh, get that 5 healing.
5?
Aw.
Nice.
Aw.
Aw,
I will take
budding
that.
romance.
Aw.
Seems that feels a
I
little
would
better.
never
Thank
say
you.
that. I was just joking.
Gonna get canceled on Twitter.
It's just a
Right.
joke.
Mhm.
It's because he just watched her behead 2 zombie-looking things. That's why he decided to be nice.
Saw
He knows what's
things, I'm
up.
like, oh, you're gonna die next. Okay. Is that you gonna move or anything?
I'm not gonna move though. I'm just gonna stay support.
Cool. Sounds good. King, your turn. You do have the ability to hit this.
Oh, then I
Hit
will
this,
absolutely do that.
Hit that.
I'm gonna hit it hard.
You
Hit it
whore.
with all your might. Hit it with all your excellence.
So
Oh,
much
yeah.
excellence.
Wow, both
Whoa.
hit.
Wow. I'm
Both hit.
blinded.
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. Get two
Roll that.
good punches in.
Thunder and
7
lightning.
lucky 7s. Ooh.
Oh, thunder and lightning, huh?
Yeah. So the first one hits, it connects, and the face kind of starts to cave in a little bit. You broke its jaw for sure. and the eye socket gets pushed back a little bit, and you see it stumble, and that other one, that left hook, just comes in, and how do you want to do that?
Capitation.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah, I
want?
think I'm gonna Mortal Kombat finish him.
Yes, finish him.
Finish him style.
How do you do that?
Let's see, the first one I broke his jaw, you said?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have let you explain it. You can describe it however you want.
I'll take what you give me. So he has a broken jaw. I'm gonna grab him by the neck and pull him out. Spine.
Yeah. Oh,
Finish him.
yeah. So you get him nice and,
And
good
then-
as a little blood spurt pops out.
You know, shake him around like a puppet because he's got a broken jaw.
I'm so
Human
creepy in the
excellence.
dark.
Human excellence.
human excellence. All right, so you killed this guy. What do you move? I'm sorry, just went on to the next.
No, because I can't attack anymore. I'm sure.
Got it. Tor, your turn. You did
Is there
hear
another one?
you heard rustling behind the wall, further down in, but you're not sure. You didn't see it. You don't see anything pop out.
Down here-ish.
In that area, sort of. Like that's the direction.
I will go move. Ah, screw it. I'll go here.
You're running into the darkness with your
Yes.
warhammer and your torch.
Yes. Actually, technically, my torch would be dropped.
Okay.
Oh.
If your torch is dropped, it's completely dark. You see nothing. You're surrounded by darkness.
I'm okay with that because I have the goddess with me, and that's not. Don't count that. That's the wrong click.
He inflicts wounds on himself. He inflicts wounds on the wall.
I actually meant to touch myself with light
He's so good at touching himself.
to illuminate this hallway of dimness and darkness.
All right, so
The
Tor is-
For I will be a lantern of goodness in winter for the next hour.
you guys
all
in this area see this.
We all
this
see now? Yeah.
bright-
Can
yeah,
we see?
You guys all see this bright like light just shine through, like the god rays, just like it's like popping out as it
Oh, Tor.
activates and then kind of dims. But so you know something happened down that way. And Tor, you now have like a giant flashlight on your codpiece. So
Can
Can,
we hear
can, we, can we
Tor
specifically
praying?
say where he touched himself so we know where the light is
Up to him. I mean-
illuminated from?
sure, I mean it's up to him.
Tor?
I wasn't thinking when I did it. So it's sort of just more of my,
You do have a tail.
as you humans. Well, as I said, I wasn't really thinking when I said it, and I was just, I had a scratch, and it was over what you humanoids would call a left nipple.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Just like Cyclops from 90s X-Men. All right, so Tor's turns over.
Tor's left nipple is glowing.
And Tor, as you activate the light, you hear the sound of this ghoul. And it kind of like slithers its way out here, and it turns to the left because the light is so present, and it's shining off of him as you see him standing in the doorway here, but he's not quite able to make it to you.
Oh, Balzac.
Tom, you're up. You guys in this room would have heard because of the acoustics, and Tillian, you might have caught like a bit of movement over here.
Yeah, I can
sounds
see
that are
half.
familiar now.
I can see half of one.
So yeah, so you guys see this happening, but it's Tom's turn.
Tom, one more. If you want to go in or wait.
I'm gonna try and stealth this bad boy from behind.
I like it.
He is not looking that direction, so I would say you could do that without any kind of rolls.
Sweet.
So give you advantage on that.
Yes, then I'm gonna fuck it with everything I got. Advantage. Hold on, I got one monitor now, so I'm down to
yeah.
one monitor.
You hit that. You're down to one monitor. Oh shoot, guys, we didn't take a break. I'm sorry.
It's because the action was too good.
The action was too
5
good.
piercing damage. Gonna
Okay,
hit this small.
you hit him in the back. He kind of seems a little angry, but it doesn't seem to be. It did not do as much damage as previous attacks on the others.
The crossbow will.
Yep,
Get
get
it,
that crossbow
right?
out. Bap, hits. Yep. So now he's looking real upset and sad.
Sneak attack. We got my sneak attack.
Get it?
Boy.
I think we're using sneak attack wrong, but we're gonna.
It says 1 between each encounter. That's what it says.
Yeah, but this is not. This is 1 encounter. You've used it 3 times.
Oh no!
So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to slow down the pace, and that's okay.
It says once per turn.
I'm gonna give you guys. Once per turn. Okay. Okay. No, you're fine then. You're fine. Once per turn is fine. Okay. I was double checking.
No, thanks for double checking. Thanks for calling me on my shenanigans.
I'll just edit this out on YouTube so nobody knows that I'm a complete failure as a DM. So anyway.
No, you're making sure I'm not cheating. You're making sure I'm not cheating because I'm prone to cheating as a
Trust
rogue,
me,
so
things happen.
understand.
Things happen. It gets crazy. Yeah. So both of those hit. You definitely take him below. He's bloodied. If you can call what he's got coming out of his body blood. He's definitely not feeling good. He's not having a good day. Tillian.
Okay, so I pick up my shield so I don't. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Tom, did you have something else?
I'm done. That was my turn.
Okay, Tillian, you're.
I pick up my shield so I don't leave it behind. I'm still carrying both my rapiers. Move in. Is it possible to attack from this angle?
I'll say you could get 1 attack in because you slide in to the side.
Slide into them DMs.
Slide into this DM.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. Okay. You hit the right spots.
Yeah.
All of the organs. Oh, God damn it. Yes, you do damage. You're getting increasingly accurate at dismembering arms on these guys. And so you see this arm just like flop on the ground, similar to a cantina scene from a certain movie.
Another appendage.
It's a psh, and you see the spurt of blood. Again, this hallway is just completely black with liquid matter.
Lycor.
Yeah. Roskin, your turn.
Roskin's muted again.
It's okay. Roskin. I know it's getting late.
Sorry, I really just can't really do anything, so I think I'm just gonna pass up on my turn.
Okay, so go ahead and hold your action.
Okay.
King, your turn. Same deal. Now, what you guys do know is that this direction right here is the way that you guys went to where you saw that trap, and you know that you can easily jump over it, so you could go get a different vantage point from it. So yeah, so because I can't know that.
Oh, there's Tor and Tillian and Tom all over there, right?
Yeah.
So would I have enough movement to make it all the way around, or would I only get like halfway?
10, 15, 20, 25. What you can do is called dash. So instead of attacking, you can use your dash action. And if you use your dash action, it's double your movement speed. So you actually have, what, 40 right now?
Okay.
Dang.
10, 15, 20, 20, 30, 35, 40.
And then difficult terrain doesn't cost me extra movement, so like jumping over that hold won't matter.
That's not considered difficult terrain. That's considered.
An
I'm gonna let you have it because you would just take that as like your movement because you're able to jump that no matter what.
Okay. So I'll be able to make it.
You would be able to make it to like right here with your dash action, but that means you can't attack.
Okay.
That's pretty good still.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you actually have more movement, but that's where I would say, unless you want to get right up on him, it's up to you. And anybody can do this, by the way. A dash action, you don't take your attack. You can just do double your movement. Or you can use what's called disengage. Disengage says, hey, I'm not going to take an opportunity attack, but I'm not going to attack anybody, and I'm going to use my move action.
Okay. So you said I could still move up on him?
Yep, if you want to, yeah. You can get right
but
up
I
on
can't
him.
Attack because I use dash,
But you've used all of your action to more movement.
Okay, then I'm just going to chill right here.
Okay. Ruskin, you can do the same thing if that's what you were planning.
Yeah, I'm going to chill here too.
Okay. You're going to move double time, or you're going to stay where you're at?
Oh, back to the trap. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, you can jump over the trap, no problem. So you can go about where... So you're doubling your speed, which is going to be about there, yeah. You're good.
Cool.
Right, King's move's done. Tor, your turn.
I would like to step forward, keeping my left pectoral aimed a little bit pointed forward more than my right, just to keep it blinded in its eyes.
Ah, yes.
Lay my hand upon its head and cry out, "Be released! I bless thee with the wintry goodness! Be healed!"
And crit? Inflict wounds? Dude, roll that beautiful inflict wounds damage. Amazing.
Where did you touch it?
Oh, wow. Okay, so how do you want to do that?
As I lay my hand upon it, it begins to quiver with the spirit of Arul, and then the blessings of all, and praise be to everything, and then it shits itself and passes out before us. And the choir sings and everyone's happy, and really it's just me dancing in place as this thing dissolves upon its own shit. End of turn.
End of turn. And scene.
Oh,
that was beautiful. It obliterates itself, and it actually sprays this ichor all over. So as King's running up, he's still in running action. He gets a little bit on his face. Tom, you're again plastered with this head to toe. Tor, you get some on anywhere below your chest. Tillian, you get a few bits. Roskin, you just see like pieces flying across where King's kind of turned that corner. You just see these bits, and you see like an outline of King's outline on the wall. Like disgusting. Like that scene in Big Trouble in Little China. All right. So yeah, you guys successfully defeated these ghouls as you kind of like made your way through here. It's up to you to regroup or you know, figure out where you're going from here. What you do notice is that from the direction that King and Roskin are at, you hear the chanting that's louder.
Is there any loot?
On these guys, no. They have tattered rags that seem to be holding no pockets. They don't have anything on them. There are no weapons, nothing like that.
I'd like to ask how everybody's doing health-wise.
Yeah, you can.
Before we head to the next encounter, if there is a next encounter. I didn't take any damage, so I'm just disgustingly dirty.
What a wonderful outcome for you.
Yeah. Stop.
I still have those scratches from the trap.
You got healed up to like all the way but 2, right?
Yeah, so I'm chilling.
Okay.
Can I cast a spell on myself right now?
Yeah. If you're out of initiative, you can do whatever you need. Just make sure that you're keeping track of, you know, what spells you're using as you use up your spell slots.
Does anyone need to be topped off?
I could use a little bit.
I'm level 2, aren't I?
Okay. Hold on. Let me double check and make sure I can still do it.
Oh no.
What? Yeah.
Perfect.
We're trying to higher level cast.
Wait. What?
Not.
Oh.
I'm
What is this?
I'm level 2 now, so.
Healing.
Wait, did he heal me for 9 or?
I don't know. It says
I told you for 10.
healing, 1 healing, and then 9 touch cure wounds, but higher healing, higher level cast. That's weird. I don't know what that is. It's a D8.
I'm level 2, aren't I?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But it should automatically do it for you.
It did the
Like,
pop-up.
if it did the pop-up, you get to choose whether you want to do it at a higher level or not. So if you have, and we'll explain this later, but basically it's so that you can use 2nd level spells if you don't have enough 1st level spells or slots left. So what you've done for this, we'll say that it's like, well, we can't do it at the level it's supposed to be. It looks like you cast it at level 2, but it's a level 1 spell, and so 9 healing, but you use it as a 2nd level.
Nice.
So
I feel perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.
Anytime.
All right. Well, there's no loot, so we should probably head towards those voices. Yeah.
So I equip my shield again.
Okay.
And if I'll
I
take
sidestep and let her through. And through.
All right.
Wait.
Anyone check this room over to my right?
No.
Over here.
The ghouls kind of
Let's scout it out real quick. You can see some stuff in here.
As you make your way through there, you don't hear the voices as much. Like it's like you're going away from the voices.
Okay.
But as you enter this area, who else going into this area?
I'm just gonna hang out right here.
Antillian looks like.
I'm gonna go in the area.
You're gonna go in that area? Yeah, and you guys are free to move.
So
More
I'll
than
kind of
movement.
cautiously
You can move
What direction do I go?
check out the room.
they're going this, yeah, where King's going. There you go. So if you guys are all going in there except for Tor. So when you come into this room is festooned with moldy skeletons. So you see them kind of like stick into the walls with like this mold. They hang from these shackles that are rusted and then they're hanging against the walls. There's a wide alcove in the south wall that contains a painted wood statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man. And he is wearing a voluminous black cloak. His pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he holds a smoky gray crystal orb. There's an exit in the west and north walls, and a chanting can be heard coming from the west, the direction that you came from.
Is this the proof we're looking for? This organization exists? We're sitting this island on that boat to track someone down. What the hell was the guy's name? The name of the organization we're supposed to track?
So
I can't remember.
The cult of the snake, the cult of the serpent, goes by many names. You have been hearing rumors, or your guild has been hearing rumors about this, and all you've had really is the symbol of the cult.
Is that symbol anywhere on the statue?
You haven't seen it anywhere here. You haven't.
Okay.
You only saw it on the map that was at this location which drove you to this house, and then you got, went on this quest inside the house. I mean, you can check the map or whatever, but you have not seen the symbol. You haven't seen no symbology. Okay. All you've seen is a red windmill on a gold background.
That's the family crest or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's nothing in here that indicates achieves our goal here.
You see creepiness. There's crazy stuff going on in here. Obviously, something was
happening.
But
okay, can I investigate further, or is there nothing in here?
I mean, yeah, you can investigate the room if you want.
Let me do I need to roll a check on that or something?
Do a perception check. Anybody who wants
perception check. Perception check. Perception check.
So,
check. And founds everything.
Tillian and Tom. And before we get into this, can we take like a real quick 5